All right, here we go.
You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee Podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
Howdy, folks. Welcome in. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast. My name is Steve. Shout out to Adam Hood, Evan Boyer for putting that little clip together for us. We always will appreciate that. Soul Gravy, how are you today?
I'm doing good, but I feel like we should add Lucero to that shout out list too. Just you know what I mean. They
Yeah.
might not even know, but
Probably
they
best
haven't
they don't know.
gotten. Yeah, nobody's fussed yet. So shout out to them. So
Yep. Shout out to Lucero. Well, I hope you had a good day. It's going to get
Yeah,
better.
man.
We have our friend Jake Slay on the show tonight. So, howdy, Jake. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Dude, we're fired up to have you. We had your buddies on, or one of your buddies on last night. So,
That's
Yeah.
always
back to back.
cool to know that stuff. To be honest, because you don't really know who all knows everybody, each other or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
it that part is pretty cool to find
Yeah,
out
we-
along
Yeah,
the way.
100%.
we had a great time last night, and we're going to ask you different questions. Some same, but some different questions tonight, folks. If you're joining us on YouTube or Facebook, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Join us next week. There's only 3 people who know who's going to be on the show next week. But as a little bit of a Christmas surprise, you have to show up and find out who it's going to be. But we'll be on next Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock, as we do every single week. We appreciate you being here. Jake, I think maybe to get started, do you mind just taking a couple minutes? And I'm guessing maybe a couple of our viewers may not be 100% familiar with your work. So can you tell us a little bit about your backstory?
Absolutely, man. So, yeah, my name's Jake Slay. That is my real name. Everyone thinks it's a stage name, but that's my real name. I was born in Southern California in a town called Ventura. I came here to Nashville about 8 years ago for work and family, and music found me along the journey. So I didn't move here to become a musician. It just kind of found me, which I think is kind of a cool thing too. You know, it gives you a different viewpoint of the city because this place is kind of shitty sometimes. But overall, yeah, man, I grew up surfing and dirt bikes and snowboards, all the fun stuff. And then, you get a little older and it turns to work. And so I'm in construction. I'm in the construction industry now. As long as until music takes off, this is where I'll be. It's the only thing I've ever been good at. So, kind of doing that thing. I'm married. I got my son, 18 months old, and my daughter's coming on March 16th this year, scheduled C-section. Yeah, man. So full-time dad, full-time construction worker, and double full-time musician.
Yeah, I feel like you need to add
That's
some
kind of
more
a story.
stuff. I feel like
Oh,
you
yeah.
need to
Well,
add a few more things, right?
I can go on just like Rhett. I was a firefighter. I did structure and a little bit of wildland. I used to cowboy a little bit too. I broke horses for a while. I've kind of done everything under the moon, man. 28
Very
years
cool.
old, and my body feels about 45, but it's okay. Why they have chiropractors?
Yeah, I totally understand.
So much of that I can relate to.
Right?
100%.
Between the chiropractor, the construction, the like, so much of it. I'm okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Well, thanks for giving the intro. We put the pressure on you right out of the gate and make you tell us everything about you right out of the start. But we're going to give you a little break here. This is our favorite part, or I should say, the folks that join us on YouTube and Facebook. This is their favorite part of the show. It's called "Why Are They Famous?" This edition is Ventura, California. So this is Jake's hometown where he was born. Ventura, population 110,000 according to the 2020 census. A little north and west of LA. I don't know, about an hour. That'd be about right?
Yeah, hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Okay, all right. I was in the ballpark. So just it's a long ways from both you and me, Soul Gravy. I didn't do the math on that,
I
but
gotcha.
it's a long ways to Memphis and a long ways to DFW. So
Okay.
All right, you ready, Soul Gravy?
Yeah, yeah. And when you said Ventura, like the first thing I thought of was Ace Ventura, the landlord that's over his shoulder, where he's like Ventura. That's
Yeah.
the now I got that stuck in my head. So
So when I hear Ventura, I think Ventura Highway is is it Jerry Buckley, the guy from Fort Worth? Because we had him as one of the folks from Fort Worth that was a stumper, but he one of the founding members of America wrote that song Ventura Highway. So that always pops into my head. But we're going to learn about some other folks tonight.
There's a Tom Petty song that mentions. I couldn't remember which one off the top of my head, but
Free Falling, I think maybe.
No, maybe I don't. Hell, I don't know. It's late. Go ahead.
We'll get our intern on that. All right, we're going to start off first with. We are going to start off with. Speaking of movies, Krista Allen. Get out your Google.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You know, I don't know,
sir.
You'll have to do the honor system on this one.
Yeah, we'll start you off first.
Is that with a? Is it Krista B. Allen?
Allen. Normal spelling. Krista.
Yeah, I don't think I'm familiar.
Did you ever see the movie Liar Liar?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. She was the one in the elevator. If you remember that scene.
Okay, I do remember.
Yeah, that was her.
Of course, as a teenager, I remember that scene.
Of course you do. All right. Well, that's the first one. Next person born in Ventura is Jamal Wilkes.
I don't think I'm familiar with him either.
Jamal Wilkes was part of Showtime with the Lakers. He played with Magic and Kareem, and he was a badass. So shout out to Jamal.
Well, the intern Patrick in Country versus Metal said it was Free Falling.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Next up, Rylan, Rhylan, last name Thomas.
I don't think I'm familiar.
Rylan is, this feels like a little bit of a dead spot for you. I think he's a current outfielder for the Mariners.
Yeah. The current baseball, I've kind of fell out of love with baseball a little bit, but I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed it last year for sure.
Great World Series for sure. All right, let's pick somebody else. James Ennis.
If it is who I think it is, he played for the Memphis Grizzlies at one point in time.
He did.
Okay.
I'm so gravy. Well done.
I know my Grizzlies most of the time.
All right, got a few more for you.
All right.
Man, I don't really know if you'll know this one, but you might surprise me. Anderson .Paak.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm familiar.
He's a pretty well-known singer, songwriter, producer, drummer. He did a song that's got about 2 billion streams with Bruno Mars.
Okay.
So I bet if you heard the song, you'd be like, oh, I didn't know who that was. But he's from there. He went to Foothill Technology High School.
Okay. Yeah, I do recognize. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have gotten it off the top of my head.
It's okay. This one, your profession might actually help you with this one. George Christie.
I don't know why. Okay, Jake, why should I know that name?
I mean, if I remember correctly, I mean, the name pretty broadcasted across VTA is Hell's Angels.
Yes, he was like, I don't know what the head of the Hell's Angels was, but that was that dude.
Yeah, he's the dog, man.
So Gravy plays music from time to time in semi-questionable places.
That's right. I was wondering where you're going with that. Yeah, but we have played at a biker bar before.
All right. Yeah. Very good.
That had like semi-adult entertainment for a kid's fundraiser.
I mean, feels appropriate.
Whatever brings the money and the presents in.
Right.
You know?
Right. You know,
it's for the kids.
Right. Got a few more. Earl Stanley Gardner. It's got 2 first names and Earl Stanley Gardner.
Man, I've heard that name, but I don't know why. So
he was the creator of. We're going back in time a little bit. Perry Mason.
Okay.
pretty famous lawyer TV show, court, whatever. Yeah, shout out to.
So he created the character in general.
I mean, he created the whole show. I assume, I don't know if he wrote it or not, but yeah,
That's
he
right.
did
Don't
write
ask
it.
me questions. I ask the questions.
Let me take that back. He did write it.
Okay.
And he also was a lawyer, apparently. So
Because I know that it
I learned all my
originally started.
legal advice from Perry Mason.
It originally started as a radio show.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was curious.
Nice. I underestimated you on that one. All right. These folks, I think this is where you're going to get a little bit. I think things are going to pick up for you here.
All right.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the Body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. I don't know if he was a whatever. He was a wrestler and a governor.
He was a governor. Also, I think he was in Predator, maybe.
I believe you're right.
And maybe Running Man.
He
feel
was.
like he's in a few movies. Yeah.
He was one of the whatever that was tracking down Schwarzenegger.
So I don't think, from my research, I don't believe he was born in Ventura, but he apparently lived there for quite a while and just adopted the name at some point. So, or maybe that's just a coincidence, but it feels like that might not be.
Well, it was. You just wanted to pick one that I would know, so thank you.
You're welcome. I feel good about this next one as well. This gentleman also was not born in Ventura, but he spent his teenage years there. His name is Kevin Costner.
Yeah. I'm familiar with his work. Yeah.
All right, we got a few more. This one I think could be a tough one. I'm super disappointed that I couldn't figure out the technology to play. Well, not to give it away, but it's Sirith Ungol.
I'm not. Why should I be familiar?
They have a pretty tasty song called "Join the Legion." They were early '80s kind of hard rock. So go check them out, folks. They're on Spotify at least. So I listened to some of their music today. Sirith Ungol, Cirithungol, normal spelling.
I mean, that's technical shit there, holding your phone up to this microphone, but still.
Anyway, the whole band is from Ventura. So.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen the movie Swingers? And I'm not talking about inappropriate, but like Vince Vaughn Swingers.
Probably, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's fine. This band had a heavy feature in that movie. They're called Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
I remember them.
And they do like a swing kind of bluesy thing. Yeah, for sure.
Because them and the Cherry Poppin' Daddies were out about the same time.
And then lastly, this one's going to be tough. Sorry I didn't send you out on a better note. This is John McCook.
I don't think I'm familiar.
If you Google image John McCook, let's see if that helps you.
Okay.
You have the ability to do that?
I do. Let's see.
I know everybody's frantically doing that.
I know.
Yeah.
They're like, look how slow he types. Yeah. I remember the face. What was he on? Let's see. What was John on?
He was on what our grandparents would call programs.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking he was on the soaps.
He is. He's on a show called The Bold and Beautiful, and I think he's the longest running actor on that show. So shout out to John. Folks, that's Ventura,
programs.
California. Thank you very much for playing along with us. I'm sure everybody in the chat got most of those right. Soulgrave, you did pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Improved from last night. Wilsonville was a little bit of a...
Yeah. You know, more of my wheelhouse is like, basketball and wrestling compared to.
Yeah. Well, I got one each on there for you.
Thank you.
Actually, two.
All right.
Yeah. Well done, Jake. Thank you for letting us take time to learn more about your hometown. My intern absolutely worn out after that exercise. So
yeah. Well, here's one more for you too. Alan Jackson, I think the song Country Boy, he talks about losing a universal joint somewhere around Ventura, and he had to use his finger instead.
Yeah, he does. Yep,
So
yep.
that's another
Oh, I
Ventura
didn't even
song.
think about that.
Yep.
Well done. Appreciate these are the kinds of
Yep.
little tidbits that I love. So
Exactly.
100%. All right, Jake, we're going to get into asking you about music stuff here. So this question is called the pie question.
Okay.
It's a musical pie. I know that sounds weird, but just work with me on this. You've got 4 sections of the music. And so that would be songwriting, recording, performing. And then the 4th piece is everything that is not one of those 3 pieces that you spend time doing. So the business side, social media, being a van repairman, like all the stuff that everybody loves doing. But my question for you to start off is, out of those kind of sections, where do you sit musically? Where's the one piece of pie that you really go, that's my jam?
Right now, like just in the state we're in, it's definitely the performance side, like rehearsals, just and then obviously playing shows. We have so much music written, so the songwriting pie is getting really small right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, social media is huge. Like in today's day, it's hard to say you can't make it, but you have a much better shot of making it if you're also like an influencer on part time, and it sucks, but the
Right.
old days are never coming back.
It doesn't feel that way. So
Mhm.
would you say performance is your favorite part, or is that where just your focus mainly sits?
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite part. It's kind of like it's the point of every show. Like when you get up on stage, you get to showcase what you've been grinding for the last months or years, however long you've been doing it. Stepping out on stage and just seeing the audience, whether it's 2 people or 100 or more. It's just rewarding. It's just like it's like that. It's like that little 10-second high when you walk out and you're like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah,
Don't
for
mess
sure.
up.
So from a performance side, how long has that been going on for you?
So, man, people get ticked off when they hear this, but I played my first show ever with a band, April of last year.
That's insane. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not insane, but I mean, it's cool. But like
yeah,
in my head, after listening to your music, I'm like, it's been doing this for a while. So, and
yeah.
maybe you have just playing out. It's a different
I
thing for
haven't.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
I'm brand new to this, man. I'm brand new to this.
So when did you figure out right away when you started playing out that like, oh, this is it. This is what I've been wanting to do, or did you
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
going in?
No, I didn't know that going in, man. Like, cause I was getting out of the fire department. I was just kind of going through some stuff, and I just needed something. I just needed something to do. I just needed a new hobby. I wasn't really doing the horses anymore, and I had to figure something out. And um, man, I just picked up a guitar and started doing it. And I remember posting like one video of me singing somewhere, and I kind of always sung, but I never really sang. You know what I mean? Like you would never hear me sing. And I just was like, I grew the balls to just post something on socials one day, and like a lot of people were like, "Hey, dude, like pretty good." And I was like, I'll write a song. And I wrote this song. It's terrible. It's Whiskey Helps. It's out on all platforms. That was the first song I ever wrote. And from there on, I thought I was super cool. Like I thought I was super special. And I got humbled really fast because there's a lot of talent here in Nashville. So I started
For
playing like
sure.
the writers rounds here for my first year, and then finally we got offered to play a show, and I reached out to the only person I knew, and we put together this hired guns band, and we played the show. It was terrible. There's videos out there on YouTube somewhere you can find, but it's terrible. Yeah,
Sure,
just
it's
from that
fine.
moment on, dude, it was a fire, and just it lit me up, and it's just been it's way different now than it was last April, let me tell you. But it just lights a fire on your ass, man. It's like the most fun you can legally have. That's what I usually tell people. Like you can have a lot of fun, but this is the most legal fun you can have.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, so I want to talk a little bit about the Nashville thing, just because we've had, I don't know, 10 to 15 folks of the 180 whatever that are based out of Nashville. Probably, I'm
Hmm.
just guessing in my head. We'll get the intern on that later, but um, I'd say a good chunk of the folks that we get to chat with are not based out of Nashville. So, can you talk a little bit about what that's like and explaining that to somebody who doesn't maybe completely understand the whole Nashville culture and kind of where you're targeted, how you play venues, those kinds of things?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to try to go about this without digging myself a hole. I'm
Yeah,
not your
yeah, for
typical
sure.
Nashville guy, like I moved here for other purposes. So I'm kind of stuck here per se. Me personally, I really do not like this town. I think the music industry is very oversaturated here and it's very cookie cutter. And I come from a background of I don't kiss any ass. I be me and I do my thing. And a lot of people here do not like that.
Sure.
So really, most of my business is spent out of Nashville. We play here every now and then. I don't play Riders Rounds anymore.
Okay.
We don't. We just played a showcase last week, which we're in. Yeah, we played a showcase last week, and that was fun. But like, it's very rare that we play in Nashville, just because people here they don't really tend to agree with the kind of music we play. Sometimes we're a little heavier than most, and
Sure.
there's a rock scene here too. But we're like on that fine line, that like red dirt country rock line, and it's definitely a lot bigger in Texas, Oklahoma, Nashville. They're still kind of like trying to figure it out here. But I mean, Nashville's a cool place. I got a lot of buddies that come up and write here. Like, if you want to come here to write songs, oh my God, the
The
talent is
best.
endless here for songwriters. And
Right.
that's what I pride myself into as a songwriter. And I write songs for a lot of people. Um, but songwriting is really cool. But if you're moving here to play a career, like, we don't play any covers. Like, we have one cover in our set list just because, but like, we're not a cover band. So if you're coming here to be a band or an artist to do your thing, you really have a better shot of staying in your hometown or somewhere that's not this crazy. Unless
Sure.
you want to do the Broadway scene, like I got buddies that do that, and you
Yep.
can make a killing at that too. But give it a year, you'll be really tired.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a tough deal.
yeah, but Nashville's just a funny place, man. We're kind of looking for our first light out of here, but uh, fun city, but it doesn't sleep. It's kind of like New York, and it smells really bad, and I don't really go down there. I haven't been downtown, like actually downtown, in probably a year and a half.
Okay, so are you if you are hanging out in Nashville, I'm not going to dox you or anything, but would you be like East Nashville or where would be?
So if we kick it, it's usually like Midtown. Like, there's a
Okay,
bar everyone knows, Red Door. That's
yeah,
kind of like that's like the artist hangout. Anyone that's listening to, like, if you guys want to come and make relationships with other people like myself or other guys that are just doing it that aren't really in part of like the cover band scene, like, you could go to Red Door or even Duck Blind sometimes and find some good folks there.
nice.
Yeah.
So uh, I don't really love doing the comparison thing, but are there any bands that are in Nashville that would be kind of in your similar, I don't know, realm, or folks that you'd be like, oh, we kick it with those guys because they do something kind of similar to what we do, or maybe even any bands that you want to shout out that
Yeah, yeah, we know a bunch of Texas guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go on about my Texas boys, but I mean, like, here in Nashville, and this is kind of another thing too, and this sometimes ruffles feathers a little bit, but there's not a lot of bands here. Even though, like, my band, we run under the name Jake Slay.
yeah,
We are a legit band. Like, these guys, you know we sleep and eat and breathe together. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of that here. It's kind of frowned upon, actually. When I was putting this band together and I was sending over like the contracts for like how the band life works, people were flabbergasted. Like, what? I don't get $400 a show minimum, no matter what. And
right,
$80 per DM. And I'm like, nah, it's just not how that works. But as far as bands go here, like, I got some buddies that I guess have kind of bands, but uh, I don't know. We haven't found anybody here that we can run shows with, and that's kind of, so we bring people up from other states to come play with us. If we have a show here, like a headline, we'll bring people up out of state to give them some Nashville exposure.
nice,
Um, and obviously people coming from out of state too. Like some of
yeah,
my boys from Texas, they'll come up and have us open for them here in town. So I don't really have any friends here in Nashville outside of my band
yeah.
that kind of do what I do. So
That's cool.
sorry, I wish that
So
was more exciting, but yeah, I don't really know many people
no,
that
no, that's
are
good.
in this
Well, I'm
lane.
just it's I wouldn't say it's completely foreign, but it is interesting to just kind of learn how everybody moves through the place where they are. So yeah, always
Yeah,
interesting.
I got
So
one. His name's Bo Tillman. And I have other
Okay.
artist friends too, Justin Corley, Liam Coleman, but like Bo Tillman, I don't know him personally yet, but we've been talking a bit. And I know he's got a band and he's like ruffling feathers down here too. So
Okay.
that might be a guy y'all want to talk to also.
Is
Nice.
that
Yeah. Well,
is that bodacious? Different guy?
Yeah, I
No,
think it's just
no, no,
Bo,
no. Different
man.
guy. Different
Bo.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I met somebody else on TikTok that plays all over Nashville, and yeah. Anyway, I'm assuming his name is
Yeah.
Bo because his name is Bodacious on TikTok. Uh,
Yeah.
fair
but
enough.
seems like a cool guy because I see other Nashville cats rolling in and talking to him, so he must be cool to hang with.
Oh
But
yeah.
speaking of other Nashville folks, a homie of the podcast, or I guess I should say homegirl of the podcast, Steph McGuire has been
Oh
on,
my God.
and
How did I not think of that? Yes, Steph.
Steph was on live today, and she's like, "I hear you got my boy Jake Slay on tonight." So she kind of gave me a little bit of a rundown, a little bit of a rundown about you, and then you confirmed all of whatever she just said, what she said. So
Oh yeah.
so
Okay, well, let me backtrack then. Steph is awesome. Like one of my favorite people I've ever met in this town, and she does it too.
but
She
she was
didn't cross my
talking
mind right
about
now
that
because she's
band.
up in New York, but
She was talking about the band thing too, how hard that was, and was kind of telling me a similar, basically some of your story or what you were just saying. So,
yeah,
um,
100%.
uh, I think that was just because she's been there, done that, and
Yeah,
understands.
sh- she's as solid as they come, man. Actually, it's funny too when I first started putting the newer band together, the current band together now. She was one of the people I was talking to. I was like, "Help me out here because I'm about to lose my mind." And she kind of helped walk through. She's like a veteran in this thing. She's done it forever, and she's good at what she does.
Yeah, good. That's cool to see. Like we were talking about the Texas guys and things, and the buddies that you had made in that world. But it's uh, I didn't know that connection existed
Yeah,
until it was brought up. So that's cool.
yeah.
So when you got to town, and you weren't playing music, um, were you? How did you decide to get start doing that? I mean, that's intimidating to do in some podunk town. I can imagine it's even more intimidating to do in Nashville, especially if you're green.
Hmm.
But I guess sometimes being green helps because you don't know any better. You're just going for it, right? So,
Yeah.
but how did that happen for you? I can't imagine that. I mean, that seems like that'd be so damn intimidating to start off in Nashville.
Yeah, it was. It was I remember very vividly, man. There's this writers round called well, I forgot the name of it. It was at the Rusty Nail, and this guy's named Sean Flannery put it on. And I think I had two songs at the time. And most writers rounds are four songs. And I had two songs, and he hit me up or I messaged him, something like that. He's like, "Yeah, dude, come on out." I've never sang in front of anybody. Like my wife, like no one's really heard me sing, outside of that one social media post I did. And I was just like just terrified to do it in public. And I remember like when I got the okay to go play my first writers round, which writers rounds like are nothing, it's just like another Friday night or whatever in town. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, dude. I remember like getting ready for it, like picking my outfit out, like just going over the moon. I was so nervous, dude, like almost throwing up the whole way there. My wife and mom are with me and they're like, "Just calm down, you got this." And I was like freaking out. And we get up there, we play, and like remind you, my first two songs just terrible. And I thought just you could play as many songs as you want. Well, that wasn't the case, so I had to just play two covers, and I'm not a cover artist at all. And so I played a couple crummy covers up there. So that was like super intimidating. But like once you do something one time, like you kind of like, okay, like I know I shouldn't play these again until I have a couple more songs under my belt and better songs because hell, the guys I was playing with, I still remember the names. Like the guys I was playing with, I remember when like I think I went first and I looked over at them, they started singing and playing and they could actually play guitar and actually sing. And I was like, holy shit, Um, definitely intimidating, but like once we started kind of getting our feet wet and kind of doing the rounds and like we started kind of gaining like a social little bit of a presence, I guess. Like we're still not there, but like starting to do something. And then we put our first song out and then it's just like, all right, cool. Like now I'm just like everybody else at this point. Like we're all kind of chasing the same thing. So it was really easy to like navigate around and meet people because everyone here is here for one purpose for the most part. It's music related of some kind. So it's easy to start conversations. It's really easy to just make friends. Just be careful because 90% of them are not cool people in the end. But really easy to network down here. And then once we started kind of taking more of like the rock route, like the first three songs that we put out, which one of them got taken down, but the first three songs we did, I didn't go with the right producer, and he didn't really encapsulate the sound I was looking for. Nor did I know how to kind of tell him what I was wanting. I just was like, hey, I want something like this, and we got something completely different. Well, it was my first time hearing a recording, and I thought it was just the coolest thing, so we went with it. Um, but once we kind of found our own lane and found our sound, which we're still finding, but once we kind of found like what we wanted to do, it kind of helped. It really separated us from Nashville, I guess, and kind of just let us focus on kind of what we're doing. And that's kind of when I got isolated in a sense and just kind of came in my own lane and just started just going for it. So I'll tell you, I mean, I've been here doing music like now for this is my third year and like of writing and singing and all that stuff. There's just nothing really phases me much anymore because I just had to I had to flip that switch, like stop caring what people think. I do this for me. Like I write these songs for me and for people's stories that I hear. And like if I had to cater to everyone's feelings and emotions all the time, I would lose my mind. So I just like, if you don't like my music, it's like, all right, cool, man. There's thousands of other people to listen to. Go listen to them. That's just kind of my attitude now. But it was intimidating at first. But once you kind of get the feet wet a little bit, I don't know, just put on your rain boots and just kind of tread through it and it'll be all right.
Well, also you're going down a different road than a lot of folks are too. You're at it for a different different reason. Nothing wrong with either one of them. It's just a different frame of mind.
Yeah.
But before we get to the halftime thing, Steve, we got it's cool when we actually have folks chime in the chat and everything. So Sarah wanted to know what is your favorite song that you've written so far?
Mm. Okay, well, I'll speak on the songs that are out.
Okay.
I think my favorite song, uh, it's like probably one of the most unpopular songs, but "Bathroom Stall" it's just a fun song. I love the story on it. It's about a guy and a woman obviously breaking up and doing the thing, and he goes and writes her number on a bathroom stall and says, "Call her for a good time." I love that line because I like remember vividly being in a bathroom and seeing like someone's number says, "Call for a good time." I was like, damn, that's a really good song idea. That one, and then the recent release that just came out, "Love Song," is probably my best song, and probably the one that I have the most pride in, just because it just came together so well. I co-wrote that with Lacade, if you guys know who that is, Lacade and Jake Parshall, and it just came together so good. Like I don't know, that's my favorite song probably ever. Even if someone else released it, that'd probably be on my Spotify Wrapped. It's just a good song. I'm a fan. you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Well, that's a great transition. We are going to give Love Song a listen. So I'll ask you and I to go on silence.
Well, that's a
best.
that's a different song than he was describing. So the love song, right? You want to give a rundown on that one?
Yeah. So I was talking about both. So "Love Song."
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. A majority of my music, it does portray me as a bad guy, and people that know me know I love my family, I love my wife, I love my
That's
kid.
what I was gonna say. Your wife was like, dude,
Yeah,
it's something I need to know.
No, everyone always thinks that, but it's just like, I don't know, man. There's like music Jake Slay, and then there's Jake Slay over here that's just like this total teddy bear. But my wife's just been asking, she's like, you need to write like a happy song. Like, we got kids now, they need to see this. And I was like, all right, you got one song, and then I get to go back to this twisted side I have. So
right.
So I came up with the title. Like I was just like, I can't write a love song. Like, I would write you one, honey, but I don't know how it's supposed to sound. And then boom, right there's the hook. And so I took that to the room, and Lacade, Jake Parshall, and I sat down, and we blasted that song out in like an hour. And
Nice.
yeah, so that's "Love Song," man. It's just a one-off song that kind of, it's like a perfect way for, I guess, like if I'm putting myself in third person, it's like a perfect way for Jake Slay to write a love song because I don't know how to do it. So there you go. That's "Love Song."
Cool.
Perfect. All right. Well, Jake, you and I will go silent and we'll give this a listen. Y'all let us know what you think in the chat.
All right, here we go.
These days I hardly feel, so when I do, I don't know how. I'm never up this late if I ain't high on cocaine and some crown. I pick it up to throw it down, cause I'm used to drowning memories out. But tonight is going south. I wanna write you a love song, but I don't know how a love song's supposed to sound. You get me high, then the liquor and the pills making my heart feel at home. I swear I'll never be so gone. You get me so stoned. You've been waiting way too long. I wanna write you a love song. It's always living a dream, neon scene, just trying to be sane. Make it to the next city by sunrise, drowning in booze, mixed with the blues, can't get overused until tonight. I wanna write you a love song, but I don't know how a love song's supposed to sound. You keep me high, then the liquor and the pills making my heart feel at home. I swear I'll never be so gone. You get me so stoned. You've been waiting way too long. I wanna write you a love song. Wanna make it make sense. Wanna tell you how it is when I write it all down. So how does that sound? I'd write you a love song if I figured out how to not get it wrong. I would do it right now. You get me higher than the liquor and the pills, making my heart feel at home. I swear I'll never be so gone. You get me so stoned. You've been waiting way too long. I wanna write you a love song. I wanna write you a love song.
All right.
Yeah.
There you are, folks. There's your love song.
Yeah, that's all you get.
I have to admit, I'm like, if I hold my mouse over top of the picture that everyone else is seeing, I can it kind of shows a double image of the picture that they were seeing and then what y'all are doing. Yeah, and the horse thing is pretty damn,
is.
pretty damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
those of you who don't
rocking,
know, I'm
literally.
sitting on my son's rocking horse right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cowboy.
ADHD, man, you got to keep moving.
Yeah. Well, so one of the members of your band actually has I see, at least in that picture, has a Treaty Oak shirt on. Are they the
JJ,
template?
yeah.
I mean, is Treaty Oak the template that everybody's trying to follow? It feels
Yeah,
little bit that way.
Treaty Oak's doing some crazy stuff, and especially with this album they just dropped, they're doing some crazy stuff. I mean, yeah, they're definitely a huge influence as far as live shows go. They're just energetic, man. They're in your face. I've never seen them yet, but yeah, they're definitely setting a good standard, a hard standard to beat too, because a lot of people just can't move like that. So
Yeah. No, they're special for sure.
Yep.
Speaking of rock stars, tell us about your dad.
Oh yeah, so yeah, my father was he was in a lot of bands growing up. He was in like a rock band, like an '80s classic hair metal rock band called Ice Age. Kind of like high school like battle bands type stuff. And then so then he got into the country game and he did like super like Garth Brooks style, Tracy Lawrence style. It was a band called Neon Moon, and they're based out of Ventura, California, and they just kind of toured up and down the coastal towns. It's actually how my father and mother met. I think it was after one of my dad's shows. But yeah, my dad was like the stereotypical like Garth Brooks from Ventura, California. I think he had a couple pretty cool like opening slots at the Ventura Theater and stuff. But yeah, he kind of did that thing. But music's always been a large part of his life too. Even though he hasn't, we haven't really shared a whole lot of music journeys over the years together until obviously now I'm doing music.
Right.
But yeah, he's guitar, bass, drums, all that stuff. But his love is the bass.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm assuming there was some residue that rubbed off, whether you knew it or not, just from having a family member in that world. Were there any
Yeah.
takeaways? Like maybe takeaways now that he's kind of helped you along with, or
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he, the music thing. I mean, you guys know you're in the music biz just as much as I am. It sucks, like it's super rewarding, but it sucks just doing it, and
sure,
so that's kind of my dad. We talk pretty frequently, and I kind of just keep him up to date on, like the recent success we've had, especially the later part of this year, and just like showing him the streaming numbers and just like the monthly listeners and like just the path we've been on. He's just like he can't believe it because like back in the day, like you wanted to sell tickets and you want to do this, like you had to go knock on the radio's door, or you had to
right.
physically hand
Putting
out
posters
flyers and
up.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like like back in the day, like truly, if you had a thousand people that were your fans, like that was your hot
that
shit.
was great. Yeah,
Now
sure.
now you have a couple 100,000 fans or listeners, whatever it is. You're still a nobody. So
Right,
I mean, you're a somebody, but
right. It's
you're
relative.
you know what I mean? So, yeah, but I mean, takeaways from him is just, just keep grinding. It'll pay off
Right.
eventually. And if not, it's cool to just sit down on the porch and play a little guitar. So,
Yeah, very cool. Well, quick transition because I want to make sure we get this in. We're going to be bouncing up against it here pretty soon, but I think you have some new. Well, one of the questions was what is going on in 2026 for Jake Slay's fans. So, anything that you want to share with us as to what's coming up?
yeah. So I think 2026 is going to be a very exciting year. So I'm not going to say the date, but we are releasing an album. It's an album I'm pretty proud of. So, Love Song is one of the staples on that album. So if that can paint an image for anybody, so we were super excited about that. We got a couple features on there that I think the fans are really gonna dig. I'm super stoked for them because I've been fans of some of these boys for since I started. Man, some of my biggest influences are now featuring on our songs, which is super cool. Um, I wish I could say the names, but I can't.
That's
Um,
all right.
so I mean, there's that. Like the new music's the biggest push. My daughter's being born in March, so I kind of gave that away. But I'm gonna take a little break when my daughter's born, and about a month or two off, and just kind of let the music marinate and do its thing, and I'll focus on being a dad again, and then come back to the music thing. Um, but getting out and getting some good shows. We're gonna slap Texas a little harder this year because that's
Nice.
85% of our fans are down in there. And then just continue growing our Nashville base. Like we want to get up in the Midwest and hit the East Coast. We got some stuff in the works right now to kind of get a little bit everywhere. Sorry, some of you guys will have to drive a little bit, but we should be all over, at least from New Mexico east next year. So good chance. I love meeting all the fans too. Like that's honestly, you guys were talking about performing being rewarding. Like one of the probably the most rewarding thing is like at the merch booth meeting fans after a show and like hearing them tell you how like, which I feel terrible. They're like, man, your music got me through so much stuff, and I'm like, dude, if you can relate to my stuff, brother, like, or ma'am, like, I'm sorry, like that's like super rewarding. But yeah, 2026, I think is going to be a really good year. The numbers are finally starting to look good. Like we're starting to finally get traction where we need it. I got a really good band that puts on a show. Like I'm just a fan of these boys, man. Like, at the end of every show, I leave the stage and I usually go either backstage or if I can, I'll get out in the crowd and watch them because they're just pros. You know what I mean? Like they're just are genuine pros, and it geeks me out to watch them. But 2026, y'all get to see a lot more of that and a lot of new music. So the set's going to change quite a bit.
Cool. All right.
Um,
Awesome.
so usually a lot of the folks we talk to are in the Texas world already, and they'll go to Nashville to to write or to what for various record whatever the case would be. How did you make that kind of transition into the Texas folks and we've like we had Red on last night, and these different folks that I know you're buddies with. How did those connections kind of come about?
It started off when just like when these boys would come to town.
Okay.
So funny enough, I never went to a concert up until I started music. I never went to a concert once, and Giovanni and the Hired Guns, if you know them. My wife was a big fan of their music. My wife was into the Red Dirt music far before I was. I listen to yodeling. If I'm not listening to like Kiss, I'm listening to yodeling 100%. So she kind of got me into this style of music, and we went and saw a Geo show, and that was my first concert like ever, and I was just like, holy shit, this is really cool. And so I dove into Geo's catalog, and then started finding all these other dudes, and every time they come to town, I'd try to meet them, shake their hand, whatever, and then uh, once I started realizing the kind of friends I was making here in Nashville, and just kind of like the culture down here is very different than kind of Texas. And a lot of the people I started kind of linking up with, and then our fan base was very Texas driven. So just a lot of followers came from Texas, and a lot of other bands. So we kind of started talking, and then push comes to shove. Like I could name five of my closest friends all live out of state, and they're all they're in Texas or Oklahoma, um, and we were planning on moving there also. So that kind of fell through this year. But the goal was we were actually supposed to be in Texas by August of this year was kind of the goal. It fell through. Some of the guys in the band didn't want to move, and this band means so much to me. I couldn't justify breaking it up to leave a place that I don't like. So um, still on the radar, but yeah, that's kind of how the Texas boys came about. Just making friends down there, and also too, like Spotify has this cool thing where at the bottom of your profile it'll show you like other similar artists. So man, I'll usually go down there, and it's always the same dudes. Mac Hankin, Red Embry, and Cannon Bryce, and Noah Bowman. It's all the same dudes all the time. Fox and Bede. So I usually, someone new pops up, I'll go hit them up and say, hey man, like we got similar music. I'd love to write with you, or I got songs I'll pitch to you, whatever it is. And that's how a lot of these things start. And then you talk to them, and they're like, man, you're just like, we're the same people, just different state. And I don't know. So
Music wise, yeah, there's a huge connection and similarity between a lot of you guys. It's trying to push it's a different road as far as musically, but I was like we were telling Rhett last night. It's cool that you kind of got a group of folks that's growing a lot. Kind of that understand each other. You're not
yeah,
trying to do the traditional country or the traditional red dirt or the bro country or whatever. It's its own little thing. And
yeah,
but with guys like even the guys that have blown up, Co and Treaty and all these different folks, it kind of warms everybody up to what y'all are trying to do too.
yeah, 100%, man. It's a good lane to be in, dude. I'll tell you what, like the lane that we're kind of all in, it's cool because you can classify as country if you want to. You can classify as rock. So I can open, or I could play any festival. I could play any
Hmm.
spot. We can tone up or tone down as needed. And because I can make my stuff really country, and I can make my stuff really rocky, so it's kind of like a cool lane
That,
to be in, because it's
That's
like, what are we? I still don't know.
That's cool because I could see where in some ways it could hold some folks back because you're not in that lane. But if you're able to navigate that and take advantage of it, then hell yeah, good
Oh,
deal.
for sure. Yeah. Like, do you guys know Grady Spencer and the Work? Have you heard of that outfit?
oh yeah, I
I have
just
not.
love those guys.
Yeah, they're awesome. So we opened for them a couple weeks ago, and very different styles of music. So like we just said, hey, let's turn the overdrive down just a little bit, and it was a perfect mix. So
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, at
yeah,
least you
they're
understand
great.
that too, though.
They're
You know what I mean. You
yeah,
understand. You understand where you're at, who you're in front of, and all that kind of stuff. So,
for sure.
all right, Tabo.
Well, I know it's shocking, but we are approaching the end here. We are ready for a little rapid fire, Jake. If you are
Send it.
okay, all right, here we go. First question: you already teased us with your. You mentioned Spotify Wrapped, so I know you know what it is. I want to know who's on your Spotify Wrapped this year. Who are
Oh,
the
dude, this is
yodelers that we need
embarrassing.
to know about?
Yeah. Okay. So Wiley and the Wild West, awesome, awesome classic yodeling, like cowboy country band. Get check them out if you haven't heard of them.
Yeah.
But first on my list was, and I'm proud to say this, Jesse Murph. I'm like her biggest fan, honestly.
Okay.
Jesse Burf, and then second. This is gonna make me look really bad, but second's Justin Bieber. Hate it or not, the dude's got really good music, great songwriter, and just good person.
That's a fact
Yeah,
for sure.
it's not the coolest rapped. And then we got some Co-Etzel on there, and then Wiley in the Wild West.
Okay. Good answers.
It's awkward to say it, dude, but I'll be honest.
That's all right.
No.
That's kind of the point of it, to be honest.
Like what you like and don't care
Yeah.
about
Oh yeah,
anybody
for
else.
sure.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So I'm sure this is high on your list of things to do, but this is not my question, but I'm going to ask it. You are starting a podcast, and you get to have any guest that you want, any musical guests for your first episode. Who's it going to be?
Oh man. Famous or not famous, doesn't matter.
It's
your
up to
call.
you. I mean,
Yeah,
think
your call.
about the business side of running a podcast. You might want to have somebody that makes people show up for round 2.
Yeah. I honestly, I would probably bring on. I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but I'd probably bring on Gavin Adcock because I feel like if day one we're doing a podcast with Gavin Adcock, like I bet you some funny stuff would be said and people would definitely come back again. So,
Fun fact, you definitely would have some material. Our friend who was in the chat, Patrick from Country versus Metal, had Gavin Adcock on over, I want to say it was almost 3 years ago. And it was his first podcast that he'd ever done. And he could not have been nicer. I mean, polite, like super respectful, and was great.
yeah.
That being said, I think
So,
he's found
so
a
what
new
you're saying,
lane.
it's what you're saying, it's all Patrick's fault.
It is 100% Patrick's fault. So
He
there you
tainted
go,
them.
Patrick. Yeah, for sure.
So
All right, good answer.
the metal beat the country on that one.
Yeah.
It did
Yeah.
for sure. I want to know, you get to have dinner with one historical figure. It doesn't have to be musical. It can be anybody, dead or alive. Who are you breaking bread with?
Oh man, honestly, it's someone that recently passed. So Kiss is my biggest influence, man. I'd love to sit down with Ace for a little bit, man. That guy's a character.
Yeah.
Crazy stories all the time, and his laugh will get you going. I'd love to sit down. Honestly, the entire band Kiss, man, they're just pioneers. I would love to sit down with them.
I feel like because of their popularity, sometimes they get a little over. I mean, that doesn't even make sense what I'm saying. But they were so
I get what you
popular
mean.
that they sometimes aren't taken as serious as they
Serious,
should
right.
be. You know?
100%.
I don't know
Yeah,
if that makes
100%. Everyone
okay.
hates Kiss, and I'm like, man, it's crazy. Some of the really good music, it's cliche stuff, simple stuff, but it's just golly, man, the songwriting and the lick writing, like just and then the longevity in the band, like you just can't not like them. Take the makeup off, like you just can't not like the dudes,
I think a lot of it
Also-
it's classic rock radio only plays like 2 Kiss songs. So
Yeah.
Right.
you get tired
Okay.
of hearing the same thing all the time. So then you forget about
sure.
all the other good songs.
Yep, 100%.
Well, here's another fun fact. Last March, I saw Little Kiss play an after show at a country concert, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all are familiar with Little Kiss, but go check them out.
I am. I think they're in town this week.
Well, there you go. The opportunity's
Yeah.
there. I want to know what your ideal green room looks like.
Oh, dude. So I'll be honest, a lot of the venues we play don't have a green room. So the green room's usually by truck bed. But the ideal green room, man, a good couch and a good mirror, because I'm trying to grow my hair out, so it takes forever to put it into a bun and make it look good, and it never does. But yeah, that's it, man. I like to have a table to sit around and put the drinks on and maybe play a card game beforehand. But I like
Yeah,
the rooms
sounds
too
good.
that you can sign your name. That's always fun too to see who else has played there. So that's the ideal green room. Good couch, good table, and somewhere to write names on the wall so I could creep on who else has played the stage.
All right, I like that. I don't know if we answered this or not, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I know you said which was your favorite song so far. What's a song of yours that maybe is a little bit underloved? So a song that you're really proud of, but for whatever reason didn't get the traction maybe that you'd hoped.
Yeah. A let's see. I think Room 74. If y'all have heard that track, it's really cool. It's a cool story. Kind of mischievous story, but not based on a true story for me, but based on a true story for somebody. And it's
Okay.
a really cool track, man. The songwriting is cool. The lick is really cool in that song, and people that deep cut our stuff, it's usually one of their favorite songs. But like the general population that listens to us, they don't really know that one. But it's a really good song. And live, I think it's the fans' favorite song live. Well, Message's Bottle is, but people love what we do
Yeah.
on Room 74. It's our favorite part of the set.
All right. As we said last night, we don't like to give out a lot of homework, especially around the holidays, but y'all have homework. Go listen to Room 74. Make sure you give Jake a follow. Stealing music wherever you listen to music. So I have one more question, then I'll hand it over to Soul Gravy for we like to call it the big finish.
Cool.
This question is, I want to know a bucket list venue that you would like to play. I'm going to make you give me in 3 different parts of the country. So bucket list venue in California, 1 in Tennessee, and 1 in Texas.
Okay, cool. So California, it would be. I'll give you 2. The Ventura Theater, because my dad played there, and it was the place in my hometown. And then probably the Viper Room in LA, or Whiskey a Go Go. One of those just classic rock venues.
Yeah.
In Texas, I mean, just like everybody else, it's obviously Billy Bob's, but on a realistic spectrum for next year, maybe the following. I think the Blue Light in Lubbock would be really fun to play. We may be talking with them, wink, wink. And Tennessee, we played Exit In was on my list because that was the first like show I ever saw was the Exit In with Geo, and we finally played there, so that was super cool. But hopefully we headline that one this year. I think we could pull it. So that would be the Nashville one, and then there's another small venue at the end. So
I don't think
there's
we've
a
had
little bit.
any of those venues. I'm like, we've had so many Texas guys that talk about the
Billy
Blue
Bob's.
Light.
Yeah,
Blue Light, but we've had Billy Bob's. Yeah, you're right about that. But we've had so many people talk about Blue Light, but never as like the
Viper Room.
yeah, yeah. The never bucket list was. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I lied. I got one more question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry. No, go ahead.
I say a lot of people get excited about like the big stuff, like arenas and stuff. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I cut my teeth on the grimiest little. As long as it has a good stage, like enough to move around. I just don't want to do like stadiums. Like, I don't even envision that, man. I just think of like, I love these small like 500 cap rooms because they're just so loud and it's just so fun. And then like a little bit of people in there makes it look so big. It's just so much fun.
Totally agree. Well, one of the reasons why we ask that question is we like to kind of speak these things into existence. And when one of these things happens, and it happens over and over again, when people say, "Hey, I want to play this venue," and then like we get to see that they're actually playing that venue, we get to take responsibility for it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely, Brenda.
Anyway,
in the chat there, I mean, definitely one of his bucket lists is to play the Rhinestone Saloon. Definitely,
got to play the Rhinestone in Fort Worth. Absolutely, yeah,
for sure.
You can show up there on the 14th of October. Your friend Soul Gravy and your friend Patrick have already committed to being there for next year. For next year's Stocktober, we'll hold a spot for you.
We'll be there.
All right, you get to add your music to any soundtrack. It could be movie, TV show, whatever. Where are you going to add your music?
Oh man, I feel like on a maybe like a Kardashians like fight scene, like when they do like a cat fight or something, like throw like Message in This Bottle in there, like while they're scrapping. But on a serious note, like I would say like a Fast and Furious like cool scene, like a sexy scene, like throw like Love Song on there. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
good deal.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great answers, man. Appreciate it.
All right. So I want to ask one more before I get to the final question. Just because you talked about it a little bit with the bucket list venue, so it seems like a good segue. If when we say you've made it, what is that in your mind?
Man, I don't know. It's kind of a hard question to answer. I would say when I feel like I made it, it would be where, I can support my family and let my wife fuel her shopping addiction, with money funded by music, or uh, once I can quit my job, I'm a construction project manager. Once I could quit that and focus on music solely, that would be I would consider making it then, and have a nice Sprinter van. That'd be making it for me, man. I'm pretty simple.
Gotcha. Nice Sprinter van without worn out axles on the trailer.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
good deal, man. All right, all right. This is the final question. But also, I want to point out, he said he's only had music out for a couple years at this point, but he's got almost 75,000 monthly listeners on Spotify alone. So congratulations on that. That's not an easy thing to
Great.
get to. That's the huge hurdles for a lot of people. So congratulations on that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
And all right, this is not as impressive as the 75,000 monthly listeners, but this question started as a joke on episode 1, and it's a requirement that we ask. So Jake, what is your favorite Little Debbie snack?
Oh, are the coffee cake? Is the coffee cakes Little Debbie?
I think that yeah, I think so. I think
Okay,
so.
either
The
that
little,
or
the little bar things, and they're it's like 2 in a package, I think.
yeah, dude. Yeah, those are Twinkie. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Twinkie, but just don't have more than 2 because then they start to get kind of funny. But
The Twinkie is Hostess, so we have to eliminate
oh shit,
that one. But
That's
Little
right.
Debbie.
That's right. I think
yeah.
the coffee
I'm not a
cake
big sweet guy.
qualifies.
yeah,
Coffee
yeah,
cake it is.
Yeah.
Well, we also need Little Debbie to step up as a sponsorship, so it needs some competition with Hostess
Still
every
waiting.
now and then.
Debbie.
Yeah, there you go.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I do make it, I'm gonna hit up Little Debbie for you guys. I promise.
Appreciate that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Talbot, you want to take us out, or?
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Folks, make sure you give Jake a follow. Also, go find him. Jake, what's your handle on socials?
Jake Slay Music on everything.
Everywhere. All right. Give him a follow, interact. That stuff matters. Make sure
to
you
a
follow
show.
him wherever you. Yeah, go to a show, buy a t-shirt, be one of the cool kids. Thank you so much for joining us, Jake. We appreciate you taking time to hang with a couple of guys that don't know anything. So it's been fun, and we'll see y'all next week.
Appreciate it.
All right.